Hey everyone, Kevin here, and welcome back to my channel. So, over the years, I've talked about the importance of subject matter experts on projects, how to manage disagreements with coworkers, or what it's like having good bosses, and what you should do with learning itself when you're designing and developing training. But one thing I realize I haven't talked too much about, and it's been happening a bit often lately, is how the learning and development team at any company is often the recipient of a variety of problems and miscommunications, which can actually be really frustrating to manage, especially when it comes from the SMEs themselves. And I think it's important to note that no company should ever piss off their L&D team. And I mean, that's not coming from a conceited viewpoint or anything like that, but rather a practical one. If you constantly annoy the people who are responsible for making trainings for you to make sure that processes are communicated effectively, training problems are solved, or that you remain compliant on something, then they aren't going to want to work with you, thus leaving you in a lurch. And right now, I'm dealing with this on three different projects, which no, I will not name what they are in fear of getting in trouble, but I will say that they are two storyline courses and that there is a RISE course, two on systems that many employees use, and the other encompasses an entire new curriculum for new hires on a certain team. For the first course, SMEs have repeatedly sent back very passive aggressive feedback on some things and claim that the training I made is saying or doing this one thing when it clearly isn't. I even showed screenshots proving that they misread it, yet I still phrased it in a hey, am I missing something here format. And they basically do the as per my previous email line and tell me to fix what they told me to. I mean, that's not constructive feedback. It actually only serves to make me, as the instructional designer, frustrated because it feels like I have to deal with reviewers who don't really care about the training, even when they claim it is a sticking point and that we're out of compliance on something because this training isn't in our LMS. I never really know what they want, and I end up not wanting to work with them much further. Same goes for the other storyline course, which is actually the worst of the three. The SMEs themselves are wonderful human beings and are really cordial, but the coursework has constantly changed every week, practically for years on end now. So when I'm trying to form new hire content, most of what I have on hand ends up being out of date within 3 or 4 days. Even the storyboard I made for this course, and mind you, I rarely ever make storyboards, but this content is so convoluted that I kind of needed to, and they immediately said that a lot of it is out of date after reviewing it, as they always do. This constantly changing information has prevented a course from ever really being completed and has gone on literally so long that it's been tossed around like a hot potato in our team until it landed in my lap because everyone else is so utterly fed up with it. My coworkers have literally said, "We don't talk about X thing anymore." And oh yeah, good luck with that. It's gone so far that we've turned to making memes of the content to deal with the strain of it. This is probably going to turn into about a 4 month long project, if not longer. And that's really long to make a single training, not counting the probably years of wasted time on this that went before I ever even got hired back in 2024. My point is that if you anger the people who are trying to make your lives easier and the lives of people you hire easier so they can get started working more quickly, then that's not a wise thing to do. They won't want to work with you, and it will lead to an adversarial relationship, even if you get along personality wise. It's actually kind of sad that such things happen. It's not annoying, it's sad. And that relates to the Rise course I'm supposed to be working on, where a SME guaranteed me the screenshots and information I needed to get started 1 week after our meeting. She was really supportive of our team and didn't want to disrespect our time. But yeah, that 1 week has turned into 3 months. Yes, the SME is busy, but it's gotten to the point where she's outright stopped answering my reminders, and I have to loop in one of my managers to deal with it because I've more than done my due diligence at this point. As you can imagine, we've just about given up and outright shelved the course because clearly it isn't a priority to them, so why should we waste the effort? So, what's my solution to this problem of SMEs and other people at our company frankly frustrating their learning and development teams? Well, The simplistic answer is that they need to better align with strategic goals and the atmosphere the company is aiming to actually create through their mission statement, and to always communicate clearly and constructively. The more complicated answer is that people need to start treating training as an investment rather than an obligation, something that will grow the company rather than just be a distraction from their own work, which, yes, is their daily job. As I've said before, SME isn't a job title, and we need to be more aware of their time too because they have their own obligations. But, with that being said, these kinds of frustrations ultimately stem from a lack of respect for our expertise or our time, limited engagement or interest on their part, and insufficient support from SMEs when we need responsiveness, particularly when we are operating under really tight deadlines. If we can at least get everyone else on board with that basic level of what we need, then a lot of those frustrations can be solved to the benefit of everyone. As it stands, though, when you run into situations like we've been experiencing lately, you only end up pissing people off and leading us to not really want to work with you, which isn't healthy for any business. Disagreements will always happen, and people are forgetful, sure, but training shouldn't be treated like a checkbox. It's a vital part of keeping a company solvent and ensuring that it continues to grow or scale as it needs to. L&D teams aren't miracle workers, but we are the cornerstone of that process. By helping us, you're helping yourselves. And as the meme goes, help me help you. Well, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you could click like and subscribe to help that pesky algorithm, I would greatly appreciate it. But for now, I've been Kevin, and I will see you in the next video.